Greetings to all of you. We are here with our second lesson, Class 8 Microorganisms, Friend and Foe. So, in this first session, we will discuss about the friendly microorganisms and we will discuss about those organisms which are useful for our existence, in our existence. So, these are some of the industries where microorganisms find their use. One is medical industry, second agricultural industry, then environment and food industry. Now, moving on to the first industry where microorganisms are useful, they are the food industry. So, in food industry, when we talk, there are lots of food which require microorganisms that we can see curd. So, making curd and bread, there is a use of microorganisms. Lactobacillus is a bacteria which promote formation of curd from milk. Yeast is another microorganism. It is a fungus which is used in making bakery products like breads and cake. And yeast also improves flavor of cheese. Yeast make bakery product fluffy and spongy. It causes fermentation of dough, that is mixture of all ingredients, and liberate carbon dioxide. Now this carbon dioxide makes the dough rise. On baking, the dissolved carbon dioxide escapes, leaving behind the air holes, giving the appearance of spongy nature of the food. Like when we talk about cakes, the spongy nature is due to the air holes present due to escape of carbon dioxide. And also in Indian foods like dhokla and idli, we have this fluffy nature because of this fermentation taken place by yeast. Moving on to the process of fermentation. Now, fermentation is a very essential process which takes place in certain microorganisms as a part of their living system. Now, it is the enzymatic breakdown of large molecule into smaller ones in the absence of air. So, in the fermentation process, the food is, that is the glucose is broken down to produce a wide range of products depending on the organisms. And ethyl alcohol is one of the most important product which is produced by fermentation process. Now, alcohol is obtained when sugar undergoes fermentation by an organism named as yeast. Alcohol production by fermentation process is very advantageous, and so microorganisms are employed in beverage industry in manufacturing of wine and beer. Now, in general process, the sugar is converted into glucose and fructose. And by anaerobic breakdown, the glucose can be converted into ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. So, if we look into the whole structure, this glucose, which is the main carbohydrate, which is undergoing further division breakdown. So, first product is pyruvate, and through pyruvate, it is converted into various products under anaerobic condition. So, pyruvate by Aspergillus and Lactobacillus organism, they are again microorganism. One is bacterium, Lactobacillus, and Aspergillus is a fungus. They help in the production of lactic acid. And lactic acid is used in the manufacturing of soya sauce, cheese, yogurt, etc. Similarly, the pyruvate is broken down under anaerobic breakdown, that is fermentation process, to produce ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. Ethanol, that is ethyl alcohol, is used in making beer and wine, and it also used carbon dioxide is used in making bread, cakes, and other Indian fermented food. Moving now from food industry, the microorganisms also find their space in medical industry. They help in the production of antibiotics. Now, production of antibiotics. Antibiotics are certain chemicals that inhibit the growth of other organisms, and these chemicals are produced by microorganisms themselves as a defense mechanism to defend themselves from the attack of other microorganisms. So, this property is used for producing antibiotics commercially. So, they are produced by growing specific microorganisms capable of producing specific antibiotic under controlled conditions and then extracting the antibiotics from the mixture. Now, some of the examples of antibiotics that we come across in our day-to-day life, that is streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin, and Gramicidi. These antibiotics are used to cure any bacterial infection. One thing we have to take care that we should not take antibiotic if it is not needed for our body, because there are certain other helpful microorganisms present in our gut which help in digestion of the food. So if we take antibiotic without any requirement, then these antibiotics have capability to kill those helpful and friendly microorganisms in our body. The first antibiotic, that is penicillin, was discovered by Alexander Fleming from a mold called Penicillium notatum. And this was an accidental discovery while Alexander Fleming was working with a bacterium. Moving on to the second useful product in medical industry, that is vaccine, which is also produced with the help of certain microorganisms. Now, it was Edward Jenner, who is considered as father of immunology, who discovered the first vaccine against smallpox. A small dose of weakened or killed disease-causing microorganisms needed to immunize the body against a particular disease is called vaccine. And the process of injecting a vaccine is called vaccination. Now, the question arises, how does vaccine work? And it is a very important understanding that how our immune system works. So, whether we are exposed to certain microorganism naturally or we are given a dose of weakened microorganism through vaccine, a set of reactions take place in our body with the help of our immune system. So, when disease causing microorganisms or vaccine enter the body produces specific antibodies to fight the invader. So, this is the first level of response from our body, that it will produce antibodies on its own to fight the disease causing microorganism. Now, these antibodies destroy the invader at first level, and second level, they also uh, keep their antibodies ready in the blood for further future attacks. Now, in this diagram, it could be explained how do vaccines work. So, a weakened or killed form of the disease is injected in the body. So, they are shown by these. These are the structure of microorganism. They are shown like this, and then as they go into the body, the immuno antibodies are produced by the immune system. And these antibodies, as the name indicate, anti means against, bodies, the external bodies that have entered. So these antibodies are proteinaceous in nature and they combine with the foreign particles or the microorganisms or germs, and then they destroy the germ. So this is the general immune response. Now, next time when and also at the same level, it has also prepared some of the antibodies for future response. Now, in future, after vaccination or after the initial exposure of the germ, in future also, when the germs will attack, when the microorganisms will attack, the antibodies are already prepared to fight those germs. So, this is the main concept behind immunization. So, we are immunized against certain diseases by giving to our body the knowledge of the germs so that our body prepares an antibody against that germ. Now, children are very sensitive, and so there is a recommended schedule for immunization of children against certain diseases. Like soon after birth, they are suggested for a smallpox vaccine and BCG vaccine. BCG is Bacillus calmette-guerin, and 4 to 9 month DPT triple vaccine is given. DPT is for 3 diseases: diphtheria, pertussis, and tuberculosis. Pertussis is a whooping cough. Now, it is also in 4 to 9 months, polio oral vaccine is given. Now, under 1 year, smallpox revaccination is again done for as a booster dose. Then 1.5 year to 2 years, again DPT booster dose is given along with polio booster dose. Then 3 to 4 years, smallpox vaccination, again it is done as a booster dose, and 5 to 6 year, again DPT third booster dose is given, and typhoid vaccine is also given. Then we also have certain other vaccines like pneumonia vaccine, cholera vaccine, and many other vaccine including hepatitis vaccine and so on, which can be given under different ages to children. Coming to the next industry where microorganism is used is agriculture. So it finds a very wide role in agriculture. So it helps in increasing soil fertility. How? The blue-green algae can fix atmospheric nitrogen. Blue-green algae is a microorganism which can convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compound. Why this is important? Because atmospheric nitrogen cannot be used directly. So it is we know that in atmosphere we have 78% nitrogen, and this nitrogen is non-useful. So it is these microorganisms which can fix nitrogen of the air into some compounds that can be taken up by the plants from the soils. Then there is another class of bacteria called symbiotic bacteria living in root nodules of leguminous plants. Leguminous plants like peas, pulses, etc. Now they absorb, they also do the same thing, that is they fix nitrogen, that is they absorb atmospheric nitrogen and they convert it into nitrogen compound. So microorganisms are also useful in compost formation, that is decomposition process, and they help in the formation of compost and manures. And we know that using compost and manure is a very good practice in agriculture. And then this diagram is showing that a root nodule, these are the root nodules in the roots of the leguminous plant, and they in these root nodules live rhizobium, which can do at fixing of atmospheric nitrogen. Now this is a process elaboration like atmospheric nitrogen in the root nodule, they are converted into compound and they are taken up by the plant. On the other hand, there are certain soil nitrogen also which can be converted into these nitrates and ammonium compounds rich in nitrogen by the process of mineralization. And here in mineralization also microorganisms play an important role. Next comes the environment. So microorganisms also play great important role in environmental cleaning. So environmental cleaning, microorganisms act as a cleaning agent of the nature. We know that they are decomposers like bacteria and fungus, which can degrade the dead and decaying substance of plants and animals, and they can help in converting them into soil. So they are again very useful in cleaning the environment. Then there are other microorganisms which organize dead and organic waste of plants. There are other class of anaerobic bacteria which also is useful in producing a clean fuel biogas. So it can also be as used as a non-conventional energy source as a clean green fuel which produce very less pollution, and also it is non-conventional method, not like no conventional fossil fuel method. So biogas can be used for cooking also, and it could be used for other alternative for electricity. Now, microorganisms also play a very important role in nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle means converting atmospheric nitrogen to soil, and from the soil the nitrogen goes back to nitrogen. So in this nitrogen cycling process, there are lots of microorganisms involved in varying process. So that's all about the useful microorganisms in this session. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.